Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, and of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. So anyway, this reading, or this astrological reading, energy forecast, whatever you would like to call that, you call it, is for the sign of Aries for the third week of June 2020. So today is June the 22nd of 2020. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aries. And I want to say, a super big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you so much for doing that, because it just helps support my channel and its growth. And within YouTube, also allowing me to be able to do other things with the channel to expand the reach and everything like that with people, and to share the messages. So that's really a bonus with your support in doing, and either subscribing and commenting or giving me a thumbs up for if it resonates with you and you like what I do. Also want to say thank you and welcome to those of you who have come across my video with Facebook as well. So and thank you for following and liking me if you have done that. And if you haven't, I invite you to do that now. The other thing is, I just want to remind everybody too that these are general messages that come through for everybody. So it may or may not resonate with you. If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, just leave it. Just leave it. Don't throw it out, because it may be something that's unfolding in the next week or two, or you may be right in the middle of it now. So and with this new moon, some of you, because we're all at different stages of processing similar but different stuff as well. So it's like whatever stage you are, just like I said, don't try and fit the story and make it fit. Just see how it evolves for you, like I said, and just go with the flow of it, basically. So this week I was going to do the monthly ones, but I've been drawn to mainly just continue with the weekly ones rather than the monthly one this week, and it just seems to me to make more sense, and with the changes that are going on, and of course my guides, and also being with them being around, the help that's drawn me to also making that decision as well, to just continue with the weekly ones at the moment. And I feel like the monthly ones, there's something else that's coming up with that, so I'll probably do them in the next in maybe Thursday or Friday. There's something coming up for those for the monthly ones instead, to replace those. So anyway, I am using the crystal cards that I used before, and I can't remember what the name of the deck is, but anyway, they okay, it's like, it doesn't really matter, it's the same. Anyway, so these ones, it's the same deck that I used before, and I'm not going to read from the book, because I'm more drawn to just read the basic benefits and of how each crystal can support you through what you may be going through now, or what you are going through now, and what you may be going to go through further, a little further down the track. So as with the messages that are coming through. So the first crystal that card that came out is raw morganite, and that is number 46 in the deck. Now 4 is about security and stability, foundation. And security in the sense that, and foundation, but even stability, and it's like where you're going, like in the sense of direction is where you're going in life, and where you are in life, and what you're building in life. So and creating in life. So foundation and stability is typically, for me, I'm drawn to the base chakra, the root chakra, which is all about stability and foundation, and around to do with finances and family. So there's that whole thing that may be going on with you at the moment, And like it is for a lot of people in the world at the moment, especially, you know, is in providing for our family, keeping families safe, you know, and connecting with family has been, I think, you know, has motivated a lot of people to make amends with different family members, and even you know, within relationships of all sorts around the field, so around the world, and around the field in the sense of your energetic field as well. Okay, so and in your world. When I say around the world, it's actually more about what's goes on in your world. Okay, so and so some of you may be finding it a little bit challenging, or at the moment, in holding space in your foundation of your home, your finances, and that sort of thing. And maybe it's a little bit challenging, and you know, finding that stability within the family as well, and how that looks like within, you know, relationships as family and with family, in finances and all that sort of thing. So where you're feeling like you're more secure. So and you know, this is all about you know, creating one and being in one, and creating one, being one, wherever, and you know, and a firm one, that is, and feeling secure and stable in your life, basically. So when we, you know, and it's like the Spirit is saying, when we've got those, the basics of that, you know, and we're feeling grounded and, you know, and firm in our own knowing and our own being of who we are, you know, there's, and with, as within the family, and we've got that nailed. So it's like, things, you know, where are they going? Things move a lot better throughout life when we have that sense of security and stability and foundation. So this is what this card here is all about. It's number 4 is all about. It's all number 6 is about. You know, it says, like, you know, number 6, and then it's about service to humanity. I'm just going to pop that up there. And, you know, and it's service to humanity in the sense that with everything that's been going on in the world lately, there's probably been, for some of you, even more so now, like thinking about how you fit in the world as far as in a humanitarian way. So you're thinking maybe, you know, what can I contribute? What have I contributed into the community, the world, and that sort of thing. So there may be those sorts of things that are going on you, and being more conscious and aware of things that are going on and around in the world. So there may be a feeling like, what can I do to contribute? Not just, you know, but this is not just about, you know, to do with the human stuff that's going on, but and, you know, human to human stuff that's going, but also about the human and stuff that goes on with, you know, the environment and the animals of the world and all that sort of thing. So so there may be, you know, I don't know where they're going with that, but it's maybe those, something like that maybe in your mind at the moment, and you may be thinking about how you can help, or how you can, you know, contribute in some way. Okay. Humanitarianly, is that word? Yeah, I think that's a word. Yeah, or humanly. Anyway, so so that's what the raw morganite is, and the raw morganite is basically. Oh, hang on, I'll hold it up again. So is basically it's a powerful, high vibrational, universal stone of unconditional love, a member of the beryl family, and siblings of the emerald, heliodor, and aquamarine and morganite, aquamarine, sorry. And so it's of that sort of family of stones. So you may have some of those, you know, an emerald or aquamarine, or I'm not sure what the other ones of the beryl family are of crystals. And heliodor, that's not one that I've come across before either, but have a Google of that. So morganite is a pink variety of beryl. It helps to attract and maintain love, Morganite activates and cleanses the heart chakra, connecting to divine love. So basically, with that service to humanity, that's what it's all about. It's connecting with that divine love and sending out that energy. And being in that energy when we, like when you're thinking about things, and when something like that comes up that maybe upsets you about that, it's like bringing in that divine love energy, and sending that energy out, and working with that energy, bringing it to your heart space and to all your chakras, whatever you feel like you want to meditate with it. That would be even beautiful as well. So I'm actually going to go and get that card and meditate with that card myself later on, with that crystal. I haven't actually got the crystal physically, but I'm going to do that, and we'll find a nice image on the on Google. So that's the other way you can do it if you can't get a hold of it, or if you haven't got it physically. So I will Google it and find a nice image, but I'm just going to meditate with the card today, with that one. So anyway, the other card that fell out is Emerald. So it's number 22. So 2 is all about relationships, basically. So you may be bringing someone in to your in close to you, and in some sort of way of relationship. Might be a partnership, maybe a friend, or maybe a flatmate, maybe maybe someone else coming in the family actually too. Like somebody's getting married and marrying into the family, or in some way or form, like in that way. Or when I say some way or form, so they might not be getting married, but somebody might come into the family that's a boyfriend or a girlfriend to a sibling or something like that, or mum or dad may have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's coming into the family, so the extended or blended families and that sort of thing. So basically 2s is about relationships, basically, and how we relate to others and them to us. So really, the others, and so another way of putting that is recognizing our stuff, and our part in how the relationship plays out or works, and that sort of thing. So that's 22. So there must be, or maybe something that is you may be working through yourself at the moment, or coming up, where it may come up for you to take a look at for you, and on a deeper level. So Emerald is a really nice. Oh gosh, that's not going to put that there. Likes that. So likes the amethyst better than what it was. Does the angelite. So yeah, so it may be something to do, it could be relationships like at work. So somebody new might come into the workplace that may push a few buttons or whatever, or maybe just not even do that. Maybe just someone, maybe someone that comes into that you maybe actually really resonate with and get on really well, into the family, the workplace, or business. It might be a new employee or something like that. So just merge into that crystal as well. So basically Emerald, it helps with in bringing what does it say? I've got some little notes here on my laptop. So so basically it brings loyalty and provides for domestic bliss. So keeping a little bit of harmony in the household. It enhances unconditional love, unity, and promotes friendship. Keeps partnerships in balance, and can signal unfaithfulness if it changes color. So that's interesting. I did not know that. Emerald stimulates the heart chakra, having a healing effect on the emotions as well as the physical heart. So that would be a really nice one to have. So interesting that, like I say, with these notes that I've got, it's like changing colour can signal unfaithfulness in the crystal if it changes colour. So that's an interesting thing, which, like I say, I did not know that before I found these notes here. So that's pretty cool, pretty interesting for some of you out there. Yeah. The energy is really like, what's the word? Settled. Yeah, settled is what I'm getting. It's like, okay. And I just feel like, and as with the other two readings that I've done today, it's like, it's the energy is just like, because we've like Spirit are just bringing to my attention, it's like, because people, a lot of yous will be feeling like a little bit lost, maybe, and a little bit, yeah, like not knowing, but not in a, it's like not in a way that's like, in a needy way, like you're not knowing what's happening or what's going on. It's more like, I wonder what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but you're just going to go with the flow sort of thing. And then some of them, and then some of the energy is like, that I'm feeling is not not knowing what's going on. It's like, okay, but just puzzled, but still getting on with things. You know what I mean? So it's not holding you back or anything, but it's just like, okay, there's something that's happening. And what Spirit are leading that to is that because of this new moon phase that we've just all been through, and it's what they call the ring of fire, and it's an eclipse as well. Plus we've got so a few planets that are in, I think Mercury's just going into retrograde, and I think Neptune might be going out or might be at the tail end of it. But anyway, we do have all these planets again, so it's kind of like, which is why you're maybe feeling, not saying it's all of that, but I would say it would be a good portion of it, is why there's feeling of this like, I'm feeling ungrounded, and that not knowing, and just but willing to just, you know, go with the flow and just play it by ear sort of energy that's going on. So, and some of it you may be like unwilling to, but like what I'm hearing in Spirit is just like not resisting it, because the more you resist it and not go with the flow, the more you're going to piss yourself off at the end of the day. You're not going to piss anybody else off. Well, you probably will, but you're the one that's going to be frustrated and get pissed off and then take it out on everybody else, because it's like, you know, you go into this BMW space, it's like bitching, moaning, whining sort of, you know, space. So it's like, what the heck? So it's, you know, it's like, I guess what Spirit say, don't go there. You know, if you find yourself going there, and be consciously mindful that you don't let yourself go there, okay? And if you do catch yourself, you know, if you do go there, hopefully you'll catch yourself. The idea is to not go there, but it's just being consciously aware of it. And, you know, and there's probably a couple of times, you know, a time when you might start to go there and it's like, and you're just like, okay, and you notice it. So it's just reel yourself back, visit that, you know, why, blah, 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 do that whole spiel. It's like, okay, I've caught myself, thank goodness, and give yourself a pat on the back, and, but also in acknowledging that and not going any further, taking it any further, okay? Because you just change the energy, and then, like I say, and like Spirit is saying, you'll just end up upsetting yourself because you've self-sabotaged yourself in that way by, you know, not being, by doing that, okay? Yeah, going somewhere where you don't really want to go, and you'll end up hurting yourself, basically. So anyhow, so holding on to tightly, there's the Four of Pentacles that's come out of these tarot decks. So some of you may be holding on to pennies too much, too tight, and I feel like there's something going on where some of you is maybe needing to like let go of the purse strings a little bit, just so you can like shout yourself something to make yourself feel a little bit better, and just to do something for yourself. Like maybe it may be that you're wanting to buy some new makeup, or it may be that you're wanting to get a haircut. You know, whether you're a man or a female, get a haircut. Or it always usually makes us feel good, doesn't it? And it may be that you, you know, you're just wanting to buy a new top for something, and you maybe like thinking, oh, no, I can't really afford that. But it's maybe something that you might need to spend that money in order, because it's like, you know, you can wear it again. So you're going to be able to like, got I hear Spirit saying, you know, justify it. So it's not just like a one-off thing, but it's something that lifts you to you know, to not so much make you feel better, because it's just like, and it will help you to feel better, you know, in that sense. But they're just saying holding on too tightly there is the thing for the Four of Pentacles. So it's like, it's usually what they Spirit are drawing me to is something around that. So maybe, and the other thing is when we hold on too tightly, we can go into that poor side thing, being poor, and being too rigid with money and too tight and scroogey with money sometimes. And it's like, and shut out everything. That we don't allow ourselves to like spend a little bit of money on something. It may be that you treat yourself, you know, to a coffee, or, you know, if treat the family to some, you know, some takeout or something like that. And that's your blast for the week or for the month or whatever, whatever it is for you. But it's like doing something or shutting out a little bit of money to just to bring like, feel like you're doing, you know, your, what is it? It's like, because what, you know, sometimes you work really, really hard, you know, just going into there, and then we save our money, and we pay our bills and da-da-da. So it's just sometimes we need to give ourselves a little bit of a present, a treat as well. And just so we shift the energy, okay, in saying that, we shift the energy. Because like sometimes we can hold on too tight and then we get caught in this like way of, you know, not being, well, I keep wanting to say too scroogey. There's somebody there that's like the energy, but it's not about, it's about that, yeah, but it's about the manifestation of things. We can hold on too tight, close up the energy, not allowing ourselves to be, put ourselves out there, or the energy to open up so we can do something with our money in a different way, just like a treat, or shouting ourselves something, or the family something, as well. It's like, but not go overboard, of course. It's just being mindful. It's what I'm hearing. So because there's the other side of that, is that we can be impulsive and we can be mindful and we can fritter money away. So this is like going to the other side of it, where we can get a bit too tight, and then it just closes, and then it can shut down the manifestation side of things. That's where they're basically heading to with that. Okay, I think you'll get that. So anyway, the other next card out is Eight of Swords. Is difficulties in becoming becoming free from restraint. So, which is kind of connected with that, because it's in your mind frame. There's like this, that, and going on. I better hold my pennies and blah, blah, blah. But there's something else that's like, not just that's holding you back. There's something else in the background. And so, but you have the power to, you know, free yourself from the restraint. Because it's like in this card, because it's come up, you can see that she's got these swords there that are surrounding her, but she can walk through those swords quite easily without getting hurt. But you can also see that her feet aren't bound, so she can actually walk out, which is why I said that. That's the other side of it. But also, you could see her, you know, her arms are tied down, but her hands are quite free. So, you know, she's able to get herself out of that predicament in some way or form, where she can walk right out if she wanted to. She could free her arms, free herself, her arms as well, and take that blindfold off so she can see. But that's up to her. So there's a choice that's being made there. So, and how long you restrain yourself from that. So, and I feel like this is like, and some of it's got to do with that, okay? And sometimes, and I get that. I get that in the sense that, you know, sometimes when, you know, money can be tight, but sometimes it's like, yeah, just like spending a little bit of money and just to free yourself and treat yourself and shift the energy with you. The other, and then the last card out is Justice. So a balanced mind found through logic. So sometimes, like that last one is like, sometimes we've got to spend a little money to make a little money. That's where I feel like that energy was going with that. You know, there's that side of it too. So you might be in business, and like, I know with me through the lockdown, it's like, okay, what am I going to do now? So I decided that I was going to get these which I have work on getting those lights so I can do the videos and have a decent, lighting kit and that sort of thing. So that's what I did, is ordered these lights, and they're not really super expensive, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to invest in that because that's where everything is being done online through there. So and thankfully I was able to borrow my daughter-in-law's, so there's things come around so until I got mine, because she was using hers, so I had to get my own. So it kind of like, it just meant I had to spend a little bit of money, but on saying that, the universe brought that to me as well. So it's like, this is why they're talking about like freeing it up and putting it out there, because as soon as we shift our mindset that actually there's only this and this amount of money and that's all I've got, we close it. And then it's like opening the doors a little bit just by shouting ourselves something, or buying something maybe a lot less expensive, tools until you can afford them, a little bit dearer ones. But I mean, the ones I've got work perfectly well. So anyway, a balanced, mindful, found through logic. So I kind of think that's where that explanation I've just given you is kind of where they're going with some of you. But I think that will be enough to get your head around, or others around, what they could be thinking in their own situation for you. And I know for myself, like in the past, when I have felt like that, and there are times when I have not been able to do that in the distant past, but and there are other times, and that's just the way it was, or rather, but there are other times when it's, I was able to like juggle money around, which is kind of what they're saying. You may need to juggle money around, but just having trust and faith that whatever's good, things will turn around, and it will be all good in the end. And then sometimes where you might find that actually you'll end up with more. So it's like looking at what else is possible, and that I haven't seen yet, or what else that I haven't considered yet, basically. What else is possible that I haven't considered yet? So, and you find a solution and a way around it, or something just comes. It's like, okay. So it's like opening that door. So anyway, so that's kind of what it's like. All I've got for you that's come through for you this week, Aries. So I hope that helps you. And just like, I think these crystals are doing more of it, and it's just helping to support you through this next week, and probably the week after. Anyway, we'll see what comes up next week for you. So I'm going to leave it there, because these seem to be the main theme for this week that could be coming up for you, or maybe near the end of the week, near the end of the week for you. So just go with the flow with it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So lots of love, peace, harmony and joy, excitement and adventure from me and my spiritual team that are here with us. With you. Okay then. Anyway, bye for now.